Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be speaking about very important things. There may be many parts to this topic, but I feel like this is something we all need to hear as Christians. If you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe because videos will be coming through on this channel. I want to speak to you about certain things or actions that lead to addiction. There's actions that we as Christians do that lead to addiction. And the first thing is that of the factor or the saying that, well, it is not a big deal. And then it ends up being a big deal. There are certain things that we do on a day-to-day basis, or maybe on a week-to-week basis, month-to-month, once in a while. We say, well, it's not a big deal. There are actions that we do, then we open up the door for the enemy to come in because of certain things that we do. For example, opening up sites. I'll be putting down the name what I'm actually want to say, but I don't want to get this channel banned. Sites that we open once in a while just because I'm opening up, but we don't know that these are the certain things that actually leads to much more dangerous thing, because now we're opening up the door for the enemy to come in. The next thing is getting heavily drunk at occasion times. It's okay, it's just occasionally, but these are the certain action that leads to addiction. It leads to a much more major problem, and it all starts with us opening up the door for the enemy. I can just sleep with her or with him it's just once in a while, and we don't know that these are the things that lead to a much more dangerous thing. It may not seem as a big deal when it all starts off, but it becomes a big deal. And maybe for some of you, for some of us, we are sitting with the it's not so big deal things because it started off as well, it's not a big deal, but now it is really a big deal. And the saddest part is you may be sitting with it and you will still be saying, well, it's not a big deal, but then it already became a big deal already. It's already a big deal, but you cannot see it because the enemy blinded you. You cannot see that it's a big deal because the enemy blinded you, or he covered up your mind in your thinking, saying that, well, it's not a big deal. So he makes it seem as if it's not a big deal, but it's actually a big deal. So maybe reflect today on certain things that you saying, well, it's not a big deal. What are those things? You need to reflect on it and make sure that you deal with it, because it's definitely a big deal once it becomes a habit. And I really want to leave a verse with you. James 1 verse 15, it says, then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And when sin is fully grown, it gives birth to death. And it all starts off with a desire. While I can just get heavily drunk now, it's a desire now. And later leads to sin. Sin, after sin, is death. Because you become spiritually dead. Having a life of habitual sin, or having a life of continuously sinning, a sinful nature. And many of us don't see it this way because of the saying, well, it's not a big deal. It's just for now. I'll be getting back to my normal routine, the right routine afterwards. It's just for now. And you're opening up the door to the enemy. Be careful what you are doing. It's dangerous.